Alrighty, we are back in it for episode 9 of season 2 Nightmare Zone. Got 2 shout outs today. First to Budlick CZ. He wanted a shout out to his cat Farida. Yes, another cat. All these animal shout outs. And also to Mike Hunt, who apparently wanted a shout out because April is over. Not sure what the significance of April being over is, but that was the message that he had. So, what are we going to do today? Well, we quit out last time with a good amount of daylight left, so it's time to actually go on the offense now because our base is in a pretty good situation, and the more time we spend away from the base, the less trouble we can have attacking the base aside from any kind of programmed attack, such as a zombie attack, and as well as when we return home, obviously, we might have something follow us home. But I want to use this daylight to just go out and destroy some of these infestations and stabilize our morale. In the previous playthrough, morale didn't matter quite as much. Like, we could have a lower than average morale and it wasn't a big deal. Where the heck am I? Why am I here? Why am I here? I distinctly remember logging out. I distinctly remember logging out at the lectern because... What the heck happened? Ugh, whatever. This game sometimes. We're injured and not extremely well equipped, so looks like we're gonna have to spend a little bit of daylight. Got a point in wits though, so that's fine. What a weird way to start the episode. So last season, we actually completed the game in 19 episodes, and I was wondering, with better preparation and paying to win, how much faster are we going to be able to complete the game? And honestly, it feels like even with paying to win, we're still going at a pretty slow pace.
I'm sorry about all this.
See, that's a good example right there. Once again, we're losing supplies due to morale. Barrel. Switch to fully auto, or doesn't have a... Oh yeah, it does. Burst fire is good enough. I think we're okay, though.
Ugh, that freak gives me the willies.
Looks like it's attacking market on the map.
We're too focused on the day-to-day. We should be planning for next month, next year.
Totally out of ammo.
Landed on its head. Certainly took a lot of damage from that, though. Our guy with the auto shotgun still not capable of hitting that feral at point blank with the automatic shotgun. This is what I'm talking about, how ferals they just waste so much time. Look how much time they waste. It's so dumb. We can't kill him. I imagine part of the reason why so many people are being killed by ferals is because of how unreliable... Let me put one bullet in it.
Be extra careful. Got a plague zombie nearby.
Because as long... I don't know... I actually don't know if they can fire infinite ammo out of a weapon with one bullet, but... Let's leave it on her. But I think part of the reason why so many people are getting really banged up by freak zombies is because... Or by ferals in particular, is simply because the AI is no help to you. Like... completely surrounded, and the AI are clearly not programmed to aim downwards. They're designed to fire at a target of similar height. And the end result is that your allies can't do anything to help you, and I think that's stupid. It makes the Pharaohs harder, not because they deserve to be much harder, but because the game is being heavily uncooperative. Let's go ahead and build some more firecrackers. Take the firecrackers and the flashbangs. So it's time to go burn some infestations. Like, we've got plenty of supplies. We're gonna need to start scouting for plague hearts as well, because... Okay, that's another thing we need to do. We can build our leader building once we get hit by another zombie siege. Which crossbow's this? Yeah, it's hunting crossbow. Get the rames out. So far, I think that's my only real complaint. I mean, so what are my complaints of? So someone asked, what do I think of Nightmare Zone? I'll probably make an entire video on my thoughts in the Nightmare Zone, but one of my thoughts is some of the broken elements of the game, I think, lead to a potentially unfair experience. Like if you have zombies just loading in. Like, I don't think they're actually spawning in. I think the issue is that they're just loading in, like the game isn't capable of rendering their physical location, even though programming-wise they are physically there on the map. And I think that can lead to just, like, stupid things happening, undeserved damage, undeserved potential deaths. And I think that the... Okay, it looks like we do need to... Like, this goes out of town. And I also think that the AI's inability to fight Pharaohs is also a factor that increases their difficulty in a stupid way. It's not in a fun and interactive way, but in a stupid way. Like, the best thing you can hope for with Pharaohs is that your allies just kind of draw their attention. Let's speak the devil.
One more hit on that one.
I know some people are always impressed by when I'm able to score a hit on like that, but I guarantee you that that is often fortune.
Like some hungry deadheads are wandering in.
Oh my gosh.
No problem, just letting you know.
Look how many of them there are. Such a pain. And now we got some in the distance, and another Pharaoh. Oh, we got a triple Pharaoh. So let's go ahead and call in the airstrike. Plague horde, which suggests that there is a... So even though those zombies are running straight at me, I know a lot of them have not actually seen me, they're just investigating a sound. Can't rely on that trick for a little while, unfortunately. Interesting, looks like he's got solar panels. Well, whoever owned that house had solar panels. Go ahead and get one of these near... Oh, I just wasted it. It just despawned it. Oh man, there's a pair of juggernauts. So let's return to base. Change characters because he's injured, as well as rearm, and defend against that zombie outbreak so that we can then, what do you call it, build our leader building, since the next invasion will be on cooldown. I never liked driving into this base. That's another thing I remember about this, is that
Everybody get ready.
you're constantly trying to wiggle around and find some kind of way to get into the base. Well, this guy's here early.
Deadheads are storming the base. Get your weapons ready. Keep at it. We're holding him back.
We haven't even fought anyone. He's like, keep at it, we're holding him back. We haven't even fought anyone yet.
How much longer can we keep this up?
We can get two of them. I hate this execution. If I had gotten the really simple, like the golf club swing, like that one there, like you could execute 2 or 3 enemies in the time that it takes for you to do the execution where you like choke them to death with the bar of the weapon. And it's like you can't control which execution you get, so you can't strategically say, like, oh, you know, I'm going to use this one in this situation. No, you just randomly waste time or you randomly save time.
That's why we stick together.
Okay. Get this guy's automatic shotgun back. And put all this stuff in. We've got to move kind of quickly. Don't want to waste our daylight. Xavier looks like he recovered from his injury. So that plague horde is a... I think that was a hint towards there being a plague horde somewhere. Probably one of those 3 buildings over there. But what we really want to do with plague... Oh yeah, we have to arm him. What we really want to do with plague hearts, though, is just try to find them. Try to find the clusters of them so that we can spend our resources more efficiently. How many infestations? We got 4. We got 4. Let's go ahead and build another group. Fuel bombs. Alright, let's get to it. So at the point of the game we're at right now is... Oh wait, that's right, we need to build this. Like, I'm just trying to be as quick as possible that I'm forgetting some things. We're at the point of the game now where we don't really need to grow anymore. You know, people were asking if I'll take, like, the container fort because it's one of my favorite bases. If not my favorite base overall, and the answer is that I don't think it's necessary because we're not trying to entrench ourselves here, we're just trying to... What?
We need help gathering specimens for our research. It could get a little ugly. You want in?
Because it's not our goal to get heavily entrenched, we're just trying to set up a stable base that provides us with basically what we need. But our goal is to actually complete the legacy. Once all the legacies are done and I can build a forever home, as we now, I guess we've come to call it that, then it's not as big of a deal. But until that happens, I'm pretty happy with the 5-man bases. I would change bases if if I find that the shooting lines are just really poor and they're just getting us killed. But if the shooting lines are decent, then I'll just stay in the base. Because I don't need 2 large facilities. I can operate just fine with one. Okay, this area is pretty clear of zombies, and I think we drove far enough to cause the other ones to leash. And what's more is we can
There goes my
hit
last
one
shot.
of them. Oh, I didn't get crossbows bolts. That's not good. So we're probably going to need to claim a building as an outpost, because right now I value time more than I value influence.
Damn, it's locked.
One thing to always remember that all things are resources. Oh, the plague guard is here. That was kind of... Who would have guessed? It was the game guiding me.
Looks like I'm safe for now. Okay, the outpost is secure and ready to go.
Let's just get the stuff out of the plague art real quick. But I'm not going to loot the other stuff because, like I said, I'm more concerned about time at the moment. But I don't want to forget the plague heart. Ugh, a gross 4-hit combo needed to take him out. I don't know if I'd want to eat snacks found in the core of a plague heart. And maybe I'm being picky, but it sounds neither appetizing nor hygienic. Let's deal with that screamer. Oh, good, it's an outdoor horde. Stand. 1. Ah, I tried to shoot him before he would. Oh my god, can you believe that just happened? The firecracker bounced off the... It bounced off of the wooden railing. I mean, it's not necessarily the worst thing to happen since we can just withdraw from the area. It'll be a longer throw.
Fire in the hole!
Looks like I was a little bit short, but they are stupid and they go to investigate it. Oh, he missed. He turned, rather. 1. 2. Get closer and use a Molotov. This gate is really interfering with me. So let's get farther away so we can hop the gate. Hopefully we'll kill this guy far enough away. Oh man, he quick attacked me. Always annoying when zombies, who you'd expect to be kind of on the sluggish side, can swing faster than your melee attacks. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is shoot the screamer. The sound will draw the attention of them. And now we'll throw the Molotov in. Trying to catch me on fire as well. Now let's just get in there and finish the others off. 12 zombies still. Look at that. Oh god, there's a feral there too. Who's probably going to hear me in melee combat. Gross 4-hit combo again.
I don't think I can go much longer without a rest.
Any friendly folks out there want to come over and give me a hand?
trying to get a reload off. Okay, I see. So he falls down a little. About to say, you better feel the burn. It takes so long to reload this weapon. Not the recommended way to kill a feral. As you saw, that was highly inefficient. But we killed him without making more noise than I was happy with. I'm guessing those guys are all still inside of there. Oh, wait, here they are. Let's use another firecracker. This guy will hear it, so we need to kill him before he is drawn towards it in our direction. This looks like another Molotov job. Right about here, I think. So there's still two inside. Hopefully those don't attach to the infestation. So far the answer is no. Let's just burn them as well. Oh, moved. This guy needs to go.
Completely out of ammo.
Okay.
Nothing moving around here but the living.
We're going to have to rearm again. Swap the weapon out. And probably have to make some more bolts. Fortunately, we have a lot of building materials. Put the sample in. Weapon in. Let's pull out the other grass cutter. Gonna build bolts. Reload. How many infestations are left? 3. Let's call in a few more fuel bombs. Let's just bring all of them in. And let's keep going. Making pretty good time. Like, we're playing definitely much more forcefully. Trying to get a lot done during our daylight. I estimate based on the sky is giving me kind of like a afternoon approaching evening feel. I mean, obviously there's an overcast, but that's just the sense I get from it. Oh yes, this location on the corner that we never got to deal with in its entirety. Splat him. Those guys who are chasing will look for the car, but not me. I'm always looking for these kind of clear areas right here where there's only like 2 or 3 zombies. Those are the areas you want to stop at, quickly kill a zombie or 2, and then just sneak away from the vehicle and let the vehicle act as a lure. Interesting, bunch of bloaters. What? I hit the stop sign. Hopefully that'll draw some zombies. That was pretty close to the... Yeah, look at that. Oh, I got a great idea. We're gonna blow them up again with the bloater combo. So let's go ahead and pop a second one. And that gets the majority of them. Maybe they'll set some of each other fire. Yep, they're spreading the fire amongst each other.
I'm pretty sure it belonged to Chief Jackson.
And even he got set on fire.
Kept it loaded with weapons.
Very effective. Quite happy with that. Mark the next location. This guy is doing his thing. I'm gonna let him live. When they do that, I decide to let him live. Oh, this guy is copying him. It's a monkey see, monkey do. Sure. Go past him, get in. Heard a juggernaut. Did not get a... I did not see where the sound waves came from. Oh, that's not good. We need to go to an outpost now and repair the vehicle.
Yo, over here.
Playing without a car door, driver's side is an extreme risk. All it takes is a feral who has the agility to very much keep up with pulling you out of the vehicle. Very good at doing such a thing. So we're not playing around with a broken driver's side door. Even in Standard Zone, I've had some close calls. When basically in the first month of me playing State of Decay when it originally launched, I had some close calls, even in the Standard Zone, due to not respecting the danger you're in when you have a car door go down. In addition to this, I didn't really see many zombies along the road. Obviously they're here now because of the car door. Immediately lost a light, unfortunately. There's too many zombies here. We're going to drive past the location. Maybe we'll honk and draw them out.
It's hard to remember how long we used to spend mourning our dead. Now, we don't even have time to remember where they fell.
Oh my god, it's taking so many hits. It's like, Xavier is just not, he's just not a swordsman. I mean, statistically it shouldn't make a difference unless there's hidden stats from us, but Grasscutter should not be killing in 4 hits. At least not as frequently as it is. So I'm hoping our little honk provoked the zombies to come out. We got 3 screamers at this location. Let's toss in the firecrackers. Let me look behind me. Looks fairly clear. I don't think anyone will cross paths with us. Let me make sure I'm correct. Very good. Extremely clean. Very happy with that. Very much making up for the other infestations that went slower. Mainly that feral one that really banged up our grass cutter. I think if we drive around the back like this, we'll get those zombies. Oh god, there's more here. Okay. So we need to find a clear area to get them to leash. And this area up front here looks pretty clear. So let's get out here and away from our vehicle. See there, I believe they're leashing right now. They're losing interest in chasing. What? This was one of those mysteriously despawning ones, apparently. Are we clean? Oh my god, we're clean. Let me just clap my hands. We're clean of infestations. Oh man, thank you. Thank you so much. These guys are getting a little curious. Let me move away. Alright, so we need a sit rep. Step 1. 15 minutes. We should be fine there. We can tear this down. Xavier is a little banged up. Not too bad, though. I think we should start taking a look at some of these quests, or we should start scouting. Ladislaw wants to do some dumb crap. Wandering Trader. We haven't done one of those in a little while. And we've got... Damn, that actually didn't give us very much influence. The Infestation influence bonus isn't too impressive.
I guess we were due for a run of good luck.
Let's go here. In the event that that merchant is actually a bandit, we want to make sure we've got bloater plague grenades. Especially because they always announce that they are a bandit by chuckling. Heard of Feral, but I'm pretty sure he'll leash because we're driving farther than I expect him to be interested in. Let's just take a look. Okay. I'm wondering if...
I brought back the good stuff.
Some painkillers and snacks. Pretty basic stuff, but still decent. Put this away. Got light bolts, but we don't have the correct... Where do we have bloater bombs? No, it looks like we gotta make some. Oops, gotta use the facility for that. Samples, we should have samples. Chemicals, yes. Wait, that's zombie. What am I doing? Let's check our supply samples. 39. Got a healthy stockpile. Get the grenades. Flashbangs. Oh, I'm already holding them. Whoops. And maybe some stuff to sell. Like probably that water. Let's loot this house real quick.
Oh, look. More nothing.
That's something we can sell. A little bit of extra medicine never hurts. If we get like an extreme overload, we can always sell the excess. We're not selling these. We will sell the water cooler. I don't know if I want to sell the brass collector. We will sell these kind of like junky backpacks though.
Honestly, I'm kind of amazed by how much we've already accomplished.
I don't think we're going to sell the other stuff, though. I got a comment asking, why don't I just scrap all of my weapons and whatnot? And the reason for that is because I don't need the parts until I'm actually going to use the parts. Like, right now we have 55 parts, so we may begin scrapping the weapons, but the reason for it is because once you scrap the weapons into parts, that's it. They're parts. You cannot undo that. They are stuck as that. It's basically a permanent transformation. But as long as the weapons are weapons, they can be used for any other purpose. You can equip them and use them. Many of those aren't especially great weapons, but some of them are halfway decent. So I wouldn't consider them bad. It's mainly about there's no need to scrap them until you actually need to. And when they're not scrapped, they can be, you can do anything you want with them. You can use them, you can obviously scrap them, but you can also sell them for influence if you wanted as well.
Hey there. What do you say to a bit of bartering? Why not?
I heard a window break. Is that a 5-hit combo? Man, that's why my weapons are taking such a beating, is that we're just not getting those 3-hit kills on average. Is this a network trader? Oh, okay, no, this is a materials trader. So they got really good stuff, in other words, so we're actually going to buy a ton of this stuff. First, let's sell what we don't need to make room. I'm going to buy all of this. Hopefully I can get them to attack our merchant instead of us. Well worth the influence getting an influx of parts. There's the police cruiser. Someone had told me about getting the police cruiser. We'll definitely check it out. I want the repair kits because they're basic. That's equivalent to buying like 60 parts. But we don't need that one, nor can we afford it. Wow, this vehicle is beat up. Shotgun shells. A note, we can sell that real quick. Juarez, I reckon we've some hard years ahead. I've gone east to stay with my granddaughter, Colette. She's still living, and God willing, it will stay that way. Peace to you, death to the dead. Chief Jackson. Oh, this must be Ladislaw's quest objective. Let's just leave that there, then, in case they do decide to do it, because even if we sell it, it's, like, not worth very much. Is this house looted? It appears to be so. I was hoping to maybe mobilize a few items. We've made pretty good time. We're going on 40 minutes. We're not even at 40 minutes. We're just going on 40 minutes. So I think what we're going to do is begin scouting. Because, like, doing these quests and stuff like that, that's not what's going to begin completing this playthrough. It's looking for plague arts and completing the major objectives. That's what's going to get this playthrough done. And now that we got the infestations under control, as long as we stay on top of them, it should prevent us from taking that just constant morale penalty, like -7 per person. And that should keep us... Look at that, we're empowered right now, so that should be a high enough level of morale to prevent people from wasting our supplies. And now it's time to just grab some fuel, and we're just going to go on reconnaissance. Oh god, that was really close. I almost ran into them. Good, they fell over.
Back in a bit. Keep the lights on.
All right.
Where should I put
Wait,
this?
what am I doing? I'm supposed to be putting this in the base. Time to change characters. Oh, I forgot we built something, so we are low on materials, but not super low. We'll mainly be low in the event that we have to build more bolts. But like I said, we know where that industrial district is over here with all these warehouses, so materials are a short trip away to that industrial district. Have the Bowie. Actually, the Bowie's a bit banged up. Let's use the regular machete. Have him equipped with a shotgun. Who else needs... Obviously... Oh my god, look how close he was to gaining his hero status. This guy looks like we're going to kill Gore again. He's very far from... He's not even a citizen yet, but that's okay. It's because he gets the standing penalty. I don't think that this watchtower up here is worth anything. I think the watchtower is poorly implemented. Like, I mean, I haven't paid special attention, but I just have a feel based on how the game works that watchtower isn't going to be worth anything. Weapon should we use in the meantime? Maybe the mace? Easy use is... Wow, that's so much better than the mace, but at the same time... These weapons need time to regenerate. The Red Talon officers, or the Red Talon facility, it does not repair them very quickly, I'll tell you that much. But it's better than nothing. So let's equip ourselves. Take the flashbangs. Already put a new infestation in. We can let them develop for a moment. It's not a big deal for now. What? There, we gotta put this on. Alright. We need to head back out. Where is the car?
The folks here are pretty alright.
It's gonna be a nighttime scouting mission, which means we need to drive a little more safely. So, like, I'm gonna be hesitant to drive, like, excessively off-road. Gonna need fuel. How's our fuel doing? 6. Do we need fuel and materials? Okay, first off, let's check the immediate area. I'm probably just going to scout through driving. The reason for that is because it's such a huge pain to actually climb up the scouting towers because the zombies, they chase you on the way there, and if the zombies, if they can't reach you because you're on a vehicle or something, they just start yelling, and when they yell, it just causes more zombies to want to wander in, and it just creates this really huge mess. And so I think that due to that, it's potentially faster to just drive around like this. I can take advantage of what limited light we have to scout out a little bit. Oh, I thought it was this building. No, it's further on. What is this? This must be a large building of some kind. Wow, that's a really big building. Must be like a shipping warehouse or something. Back into a few zombies, that's fine. Doesn't do damage to the engine. How do we get around this place? So one thing that's handy to know is what trees you can drive through and which ones you can't. And those specific trees you are obviously capable of driving through. Okay, looks like we did just successfully drive around it. I was wondering what the heck was happening. Follow the yellow brick road. This is the ghetto yellow brick road. This gas station does not look infested. We got one more building up there. Looks like we're okay. Let's set a new waypoint. That building. Remember that we saw that horde of plague zombies, so I'm a little bit suspicious about this general area. That doesn't mean that you can't just have plague zombies at random in hordes, but it can be a hint. So here's our infestation.
This place better. One step at a time.
That brings our volume, our bass noises back to normal levels. Let's check this area out. This is where the greatest density of the zombies are going to be since we haven't been there. That's a repair van. It looks like those ones lost the trail. Very good. Remember, these kinds of vehicles here, these like do-it handyman vans, if you're not familiar with it, you're very, very likely... let's refuel, actually. Because we might not get another chance to refuel. This guy might spot me. Does. But yeah, those do-it handyman vans, very likely, possibly even guaranteed to give you a repair kit on any difficulty. But first we'll check these two, because sometimes plague guards appear in really remote areas. They can appear wherever they want. I'd like them to appear in clusters, though, because then we can get the maximum value out of a scent block. Another car collision area. Looks like it's a no. Let's see, is this a materials location? Yeah, it is. There's not a lot of zombies here, so let's actually just check this one real quick. Fighting maxed out. Heroism. Oh, looks like he does get his advanced skills. Advanced fighting skills acquired on the front line unlocks all turbo moves in melee. Oh wow, that's insane. I get all of them? Wow, that's pretty strong. That means I can just go
Appreciate that.
like that. So basically what that means is I can use any weapon I want and have the special attack. Pretty good news.
That could be worse.
I think what I might do is de-equip this then and just fight in CQC temporarily. I can always re-equip it if I need it.
Alright.
Wait, what day is it? What's my computer say? What day is it? Wednesday? Mysterious Trader shouldn't be here on a Wednesday. Oh, not Mysterious Trader. Mysterious Stranger. I had to look at my computer for a moment. I mean, because that would have like burned me, because I just spent all that influence because I felt it was safe to. I was like, oh, it'll be safe to. Let's see. I'm gonna try to get that scouting location if I can get to it quietly. But if I can't get to it quietly, we'll just do a drive-through. Anyways, yeah, the mysterious trader shouldn't be here except on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and so I spend my influence in the beginning of the week and then try to regain the 1500 by the end of the week. That's typically the pattern I go through, so that actually would have been that would have thrown me for a loop and would have made me feel a bit stupid for spending all my influence when we could have potentially bought another BFG, but no. Mysterious Stranger is a Zed Hunter quest. So they're probably going to want to give me, like, Zed Hunter items. Ooh, man. Horde of zombies over there, so let's not do that. Drive slightly off-road, but I know this area is relatively flat.
I'm thinking we got a plague heart nearby.
Speak Devil Plague Art, that explains why there were so many plague zombies in that general area. Where is the other one? It's right there. Let's see if we can get to that one quietly. We may need to drive past it. No, I don't think we're going to be able to. There's too many. This is what I'm talking about. There's just too many zombies here. Look at this. There's zombies everywhere. So it would just be a huge pain to try and climb up it. So we're just going to reveal it the old-fashioned way. Here is Lock and Key. I was thinking about taking this base. Obviously, we would need a 6th member in the community, but I think it would honestly have the same problem that the church has, in that it has this large object that functions as a watchtower, and it's very tall, and I think it would have the same problem where people would not be able to use it effectively. It is a more wide-open base, so maybe it wouldn't have that problem, but I personally don't trust it. That doesn't mean I won't move into it at some point in time in order to test it, but definitely not on the to-do list right now. Another Plague Art, good. Got 2 in close proximity. Is there can we get a third? Can we get a third Plague Art in here? Cannot drive through a giant metal fence. Can we reveal it through here? Yes, we can. Right here next. So there's been a debate on whether scouting like this is better than scouting with towers. One thing I'll say is both of these methods work, and an important line of thinking is if you're pressed for time, it's okay to choose a less effective method. That's not the same thing as choosing a bad method because you're pressed for time, but if you have the best method but you're not sure if you can execute it, and then you have a backup method that you know is, maybe it's not as good, but you are absolutely certain you can do it with decent safety, then when you're pressed for time, just take that secondary, not as potentially as good option, because you don't want to be... Let me see, I think we scouted this area out. Because you don't want to be caught in an indecisive moment. You don't want to have a moment where you just don't know what to do and you're just wasting a ton of time. Just go with a less effective decision that you're confident in than absolutely nothing. Or launching a potentially risky one that you're not. A potentially better idea that's really risky and you're not sure about it. It's fine to do that because sometimes you do need to take risks in order to learn. But if you're in a situation where time is relevant, then... Really, that didn't knock him off? There we go. But when you're in a situation where time is important, then I would highly recommend just going with what you know works, but isn't necessarily the optimal decision. There's a river very close to here, so let's not drive off of it. Fortunately, the zombies are a bit thinner in this trailer park. That was another building we revealed. Okay, so the easiest way to that trailer park is through here. We do want to watch our fuel a little bit. I mean, this car is decently fuel efficient, but we don't want to get stranded. That would obviously be stupid. But at some point in time, we will want to either return to an outpost or return home. Probably return home. How many minutes are left? Got 5 minutes left, so let's scout this sector out and then head back. Nice looking warehouse here, but there's tons of stuff in that. One of those warehouses we did what had like seven buildings that you could loot. Looks like we might be passing by some of our grumpy enclaves that are not happy to see us. Let's just drive. Let's take the road that we haven't driven on and possibly reveal a few extra buildings along the way. We'll just say we're taking the scenic route. Found another community. Looks like they're neutral though, so no big deal. Get this building. One thing that would make this easier is if we had the survey car. There's our hostile community that we're passing. The survey vehicle has a... Oh, cool. Here's another plague art. Very good. The survey vehicle basically has a radar attached to the roof, and the radar is actually used in... They're actually used in real life to chart locations. One of my neighbors, who is a civil engineer, was talking to me about it, because one of his jobs is basically to go out and survey areas for construction, basically for the government, to tell them, you know, like, oh, you know, can you build in this area? You know, is there aquifer nearby? You know, how expensive would it be to tear up the road here? And when I saw that vehicle, I'm like, hey, that's that thing my neighbor was talking about. And I got it, and I'm like, oh, what do you know? It actually isn't cosmetic. It actually allows you to reveal buildings at a longer distance. If we see one, I'll point it out, but it's just something worth noting. Didn't go for those buildings back there because we had the feral chasing us. Just inviting a bad time if you accidentally are in the darkness and you drive and something dumb happens, like you run over a bloater and then you're forced to get out. You know, if I was forced to get out with a bloater nearby, let's say I hit a bloater in my current situation and then suddenly a feral was chasing me, yeah, I'd probably honestly try to stay in the vehicle and just drive and tank the damage and just take these pain pills and see, like, can I just get away with it, basically? Can I just drive the full distance, at least until he leashes? This is what I hate about it. I mentioned it earlier, but it's so hard to find the pathways into this base. And I always wind up taking this one. This, like, tight squeeze location. So this is the reason why I wanted the close combat weapon equipped, was because you get the very fast execution, very efficient for dealing with zombies in one-on-one combat. I hope it's one feral. One feral, not a big deal. More than one feral, that's a problem. Let's see if we can kill them with CQC. Sometimes this can stun lock them. Which I just demonstrated there. Keep in mind, now you might, if you haven't seen that, you might be really impressed, like, oh my god, it just stunned. But keep in mind that right here, rewind it a bit, you'll see that he kind of did that dodge back. When he does the dodge back, that is his opportunity to counterattack you. But the reason I wanted him here was because his back would be pinned, and I was hoping, like, let's suppose I was the feral and I dodged backwards, that the dodge back would not prevent him from getting out of my melee range, and then I'd be able to continue stun locking him. Just so, even though I did stun lock them there, sometimes they will just let you stun lock them to death, and they will put up no resistance at all. But other times, let me finish my thought. But other times, they will use the dodge back, and when they dodge back, you need to dodge as well, but then you can capture them right back in that stun locking action and finish them off. So this is what the Red Talon workshop looks like. It is quite a bit different, as you see. It's got different machinery. Like, I have no idea what these, like, to me they look like microwaves. They're obviously not microwaves, but to me they look like, oh man, let's, yes, 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 yes. But you could tell that everything is just much more high-tech looking. Like, look, this is a really nice looking desk. All mobile looking stuff. It's obviously designed to be portable, but nevertheless it's not ghetto looking at all compared to the standard workshop. So in addition to getting the services, look at this, you got all these nice tools. You got like needle nose pliers, we got wrenches, we got an assortment of the Phillips heads, I believe. I don't know, Phillips are the cross heads, I think. You got your standard screwdrivers. And overall, just a much snazzier looking facility. Let's take, hello. I said pick up the plague sample, not talk. Oh, this is the mysterious trader.
Hey there.
So what we're going to do is just take it. We've devoted method of biologically disguising human presence from zombies. So this is the quest for the scent block. Darn, I kind of want to do it now just for some free scent block, but at the end of the episode. Dismemberment? Nah, it's way too grisly for me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Put our stuff away. In other words, close combat can be very strong, but it's more situational. So, like, okay, think about this. Compare me when I had to melee that guy to death on Xavier, that feral on the, when I had to jump over and over the fences repeatedly, to this time here. You can see extremely clean. The disadvantage of the CQC, though, is it's very hard to use against groups of enemies. Not impossible to use, but it has a much higher skill requirement, and it's just not as good against groups of enemies, but extremely effective in one-on-one combat. Have him up with the auto shotgun, which even that did not help against the feral, unfortunately. This is a main mission, so it doesn't matter.
Are you trying to piss me off?
Coming from the Red Talon agent, where threat is a bit more menacing. So you can see up on the top, I've got 806 prestige points. I did do a game of, what do you call it? Daybreak. Unfortunately, we lost, because one of the problems is if people start leaving, a lot of people don't want to jump into a match that's deep into the game, because you don't really get more prestige for Wave 7 compared to like Wave 2 or 3. You might get like 10 more prestige points. And so when people leave, you can't get people back in. They join in and just immediately leave afterwards, because people want to start in the easy early waves that are... Apparently we have guests. Oh, it's an armor horde. Sounds like there's a feral in there. That was their unique roar. So once again, we get to see how ineffective allies are. Just hit them with your melee weapon. Honestly, just hit them with your melee weapon. Let me get my stamina back. Honestly, allies, just don't even bother shooting those ferals. Like, you can't hit a feral to save your life. Just hit him with your melee weapon. I should equip everyone in the base with blunt weapons, since blunt weapons have a chance to stun a feral, and then you can just execute them. This weapon is really beat up. Take the Bowie, that is lightly damaged. Anyways, Daybreak, not a huge fan of it. Maybe I'll make a video about why I don't like Daybreak, and basically, That's something I should tell you. I may have been a bit irresponsible of not saying in the beginning of this that some of these options might seem really tantalizing, like some of these Daybreak options are pretty good, but overall, I think Daybreak is not a good game mode, and I would prefer it if you saved your $10 and, I don't know, buy something like Undertale, like a masterpiece like that. Spend your $10 elsewhere, buy a gift for a friend, take a friend out to like dinner or something. You'll get way more gratification out of it. If people really want to know why I dislike Daybreak, I'll make a whole video about the subject, but even if this makes the game look interesting, I don't recommend the Daybreak mode. Anyways, let's close out today's episode. We destroyed a ton of infestations. Some of them were rougher than the others, but overall, once we got over some of those early ones, very efficient. We got a freebie one, did a ton of scouting, revealed basically all of this area. It might have been an area or two I missed. That area, all of this, we missed this building here. Could be a plague guard there, you don't know. So we found this area here has 3 plague guards. If we're really fast, we might be able to destroy 3 plague guards in a single scent block. It's certainly doable. A few buildings that we missed along the way. We've got our grumpy people here who we didn't help. We need to check these buildings. Hopefully there's not a plague guard there. Maybe it would be good if there's a plague guard there. We could throw a zombie and just lure all of them there. Maybe they'll get eaten by them. A few extra buildings just elsewhere. Overall, let's zoom out and take a look at our map. So we've destroyed, I think we've destroyed like 4 or 5 plague guards. So this is, let's just say take the low estimate of 4. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means there's a few other ones hidden around here. We haven't checked this area here. Very remote. Could be 2 plague guards, maybe even 3 lurking there. There's more and more. Gave more and more a bad rating, but honestly, more and more could actually be pretty good on Nightmare. Won't cause me to say that it's better in Standard Zone, but that's what we've done here. Anyways, that's that. Pretty good episode. I think we're getting the show a bit more back on track. Big progress today. Like this video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future State of Decay 2 content. And of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.